Okay. Just got a couple here to do and to do right here because I could do them. Actually been doing a few of these frequently, which is what I used to do when I was depressed, but I don't feel depressed. I feel pretty good. So maybe I'll fix my brain. Maybe it was the vitamin D, man. Maybe that. Yeah, that's definitely not a placebo as well. I actually had to take a day off it because I tried I think I might have already spoken about this, but I tried the thingamajiggy one, the 1000 IU's one, and I don't know, it made me angry-ish, kind of, but that could have been anything, and probably had no effect. But I've now, just now, this morning, taken the 400 IU one, trying that one out. See if that does anything. But what has been strange is I've been struggling to sleep, so I had been sleeping too well, sleeping too late and without any interruptions. But it just last couple of nights, it took me ages to get to sleep, and then the sleep was riddled with waking up things and stuff. But I've got a nice little saying here, which I think is going to change the course of the universe. This is what it all comes down to. This is the answer to all our problems in the world ever. Anyone, any being, any human. Anyway, here it comes. It's profound. Prepare. Don't do what you want to do. Do what you wish you wanted to do. Oh my God. God. Christ almighty. How brilliant is that? Or alternatively, word it like this. Don't do what you want. Do what you want to want. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. I actually think this is semi-helpful, because it even works if you don't want to do anything, which is the situation I found myself in for a very long time. But the example that springs to mind mostly for me is, if you're a fat person, you probably want to eat chocolate, but you probably don't want to eat chocolate. You probably don't wish you wanted to eat chocolate. You probably wish that you wanted to eat salad or something that would make you, provided you wanted to lose weight, obviously. But then, if you wanted to lose weight, then don't. I think there are a few problems with it. Maybe you don't need the "don't do what you want to do." Maybe you just need the "do what you wish you wanted to do." But I think it kind of helps. And also, my first incarnation of it was never do. But I don't think that. I think sometimes you should do what you want. But I think the most important bit, do what you wish you wanted to do, is quite helpful. Most of the time, we don't do that, and it would actually turn you into a kind of all-round better person, like an almost Jesus-like character. Because you kind of, it's if you can apply it to the big things, like, what you want to do with your life, I suppose. Well, no, it's kind of more for the thing to get you to do with what the things you want to do with your life, and get the small things out of the way. It would work. I can see it working for that a little bit. But if you start to apply it to everything, I think we all know what better. I've spoken about just if we just decided to be good people, we'd be a better place. And I think we know how to do that. We just choose not to. I think if you just apply it to everything, then you'll basically just be a better person, because you'll start doing the things which you know you should be doing, but you usually don't want to do them. But if you just realise that you should refrain from doing the things you want to do immediately and try to. I think it'll probably feel alright in the end. But for example, if most people like me although I don't even know if I do really want to, but want to play video games, right? Playing video games all day, kids these days. But if you did the thing you wished you wanted to do, like read about something or something, but you just don't want to do it, but force yourself to do it, maybe it'll work out better in the end. I don't know. I really don't know. But I honestly don't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about, do I? I think there are two other ones that are not bullshit ones here. Back on my dislike of people being encouraged to vote regardless of how much they know about a certain topic. I remember... That was a weird tone. Weird... What's it called? Not intonation. No, fucking hell. When you... Oh, whatever. I remember around the time of the Brexit vote, a man going around the pub telling... I remember around the time of the Brexit vote, a man going around the pub telling people to vote. It was clear to me which way he wanted people to vote, but his speech didn't make it explicitly clear who he thought who he thought you should vote for or why he thought so. Many people probably think this is amiable. I think almost everyone who does vote is of the opinion that the option they are voting for is the obvious choice, and the only reason anyone wouldn't vote the same way is because that person doesn't know everything that they do. But as soon as you realise everybody on both sides feels this way, it becomes pretty clear that this intuition is useless. Now, I just think people feel comfortable encouraging everyone to vote because it's so obvious that they should choose the same thing you're going to choose, right? I mean, only morons would choose the other option, but people on both sides feel the exact same way, and the reason you feel that way is because you're like, if you have the information, you're the one that's got access to the correct information. Any fucking who. And if the other people could read your mind and knew all the things you knew, then they'd obviously vote the same way as you would. Yeah, it's just, it's just that really. It's just the words I said there. So, blind encouragement, I don't think is good. I think blind encouragement of, not blind, but encouragement of doing research into the thing and then making an informed decision should be encouraged. But just voting for the sake of it, I don't think so. I think that's stupid. Something that is appealing to me recently is undergoing a sort of elimination diet to investigate whether something in my current diet is the root cause of my now less so depression. I've been sceptical of such ideas in the past, in part due to my pure hatred of what I now know to be the appeal to nature logical fallacy. My rebuttal to such arguments has usually been something along the lines of, to which point in our rape and murder riddled past do you wish to return? Oh God, I sound so intelligent. I sound like a fucking twat is what I sound like. And stating the obvious that everything is nature. You don't tell birds to stop making birds' nests because bird-made structures aren't natural. I believe reverting to a more simplistic diet, consisting primarily of meat and vegetables, may actually have some logic in its favour. The reason I don't think it falls under the same fallacy that I so hate, despite that fallacy likely being the reason behind most people's undertaking of such a diet, is because I see it more. I see it more as behaving in accordance with the functions we evolved to have not so long ago in our evolutionary past. Perhaps some people just lack the wording, or rather couldn't be bothered to word it in the way which I require. But it doesn't seem absurd. Oh God, can I read some words that I myself wrote? God. But it doesn't seem absurd to me that our bodies, or perhaps not everyone's bodies, have had enough time to evolve along with our diets, which have evolved drastically and rapidly on account of huge revolutions in agriculture and some other things. Really, well, I reckon it might be gluten, I mean, I've always thought, oh, you crazy gluten-eating bastards. It always seemed a bit... It's a similar thing with dairy. People are all like, oh, dairy's poison, gluten's poison. I think it's just the people that... It's not helpful. The people who are most inclined to adopt that mantra are not the most informed people, usually. So they're quite easily swayed by something with little backing. And then you assume that the thing has little backing. But I think the gluten thing might be fairly substantially backed, maybe. Anyway, I reckon there's something, and the possibility is, I always doubted that it was diet that had affected my mood, right? It caused this thing, because I'd been eating the exact same diet, and it was a bad diet, but I'd been eating it for around a year and a half before anything started to happen, and it was just 166 grams of pasta, chicken and peas, with some mayonnaise mixed in or something stupid like that, or I'd usually mix up some mayo sauce of some sort, but yeah, and that would day in day out, so at least 166 grams of pasta, and maybe I'd have some noodles or some bread. I'd always have some breaded thing and some cereal for breakfast or porridge or something. So maybe it just built up over time, and I don't know. I guess it could have been gluten, but I really don't know. It might be something But the effort of going through an elimination diet seems like kind of a lot to me. Maybe I'll just try and giving up gluten for about a month, and if that doesn't do anything, then fuck it. Who gives a shit? Am I right? I'm right. Right, bye. This has been great. Remember, don't do what you want to do. Do what you wish you wanted to do. I've been Ollie Quint. Thank you. Good night. Just need to do a quick addendum to the recently recorded last load of rubbish. Actually, literally just in the last 30 seconds, finished my meditation for the day. Oh yeah, did a 35-minute one today. It wasn't a great one. I spent pretty much most of my time lost in thought there, which is just disgraceful. I mean, I should really just, lash myself for losing myself in thought. What a twat. What an absolute twat. But I don't think it helped that I didn't feel particularly well rested. Nice little nap, I guess. No, I tried to do it properly. Anyway, the addendum is, while I was supposed to be meditating, I couldn't help but think of a few little improvements, or maybe improvements to the crappy phrase, which is probably a load of bullshit anyway. But I don't like one of them, because it kind of flips it on its head and it doesn't work so well. So I wanted to change from don't do what you want to do. I don't think that's particularly helpful, but it's more, I think there are some things which you want to do which you also wish you wanted to do. So maybe it should be don't do the things you wish you didn't want to do, right? But I think if you then add on the second part to that, it doesn't sound so great. So you'd have to flip it around. It would be do the things you wish you wanted to do the things you wish you wanted to do, not the things you wish you didn't. Or another way I could do it, get around the whole sometimes doing things you want to do, would be refrain from doing things you want to do, and do the things that you wish you wanted to do. Anyway, I think do the things you wish you wanted to do, not the things you wish you didn't, is probably the best one. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go with that one. All right, then I'm done.